All righty. What's going on, everyone? Chris the Chef Sports Cards here. We're doing 2024 Topps Heritage third case break number 8. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Especially if you're new to the channel, welcome. A bit about us. We've been around for over 6 years now. We break mostly baseball. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading, and we ship as quickly as our little hands will move. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Also, eBay continues to run their sweepstakes. There's no purchase necessary there. Go to any of our eBay listings, look in the description. There's a link. Click on that, and you can win yourself some free cards. And go check out chefsportscards.com, our pride and joy. We have one last break up there from the last batch that we put up. It's a triple E, just 50 hits, random. We're giving away all the DPL cards to everyone, like random them out to everyone. We also got an additional coupon you can use, 24 Heritage 10, take another 10% off. We're down to 10 spots left in that one. So head on over to Chef Sports Cards, grab a spot today. As soon as we get it full, we'll get it broken, and then we'll get the site all cleaned up and ready for Bowman in about 10 days. All right, let's go over the teams. D-backs, Kurt D, Braves, Christian U, Orioles, Steve G, Red Sox, Kurt D, Cubs, Kevin T, White Sox, Todd F, Reds, Tyler C, Guardians, Kurt D, Rockies, Kevin S, Tigers, John W, Royals, Eric G, Astros, Kevin S, Angels, Todd F, Dodgers, David B, Brewers, John T, and Twins, Todd F, Marlins, Nate G, Mets, Richard G, Yankees, Joe R, A's, Kevin T, Phillies, David B, Pirates, Todd F, Cardinals, Kevin S, Padres, David B, Giants, Glenn N, Mariners, John E, Rays, Nathan G, Rangers, Joe R, Blue Jays, Clayton M, and Nationals, James H. What's up, Johnny? All right, let's do it. Let's open some cards. Good luck, everybody. Let's open some cards. We got a Tyler Soderstrom box topper. Got his auto last night. Here. I want to get something different. Come on, we need like one of those coin cards or something. Come on. Come on, Heritage. Come through for us, man. All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. Adam Frazier, low numbered. Craig Kimbrell. Did no help for the Phillies last year. De La Cruz, rookie. Hunter Green. From the total complete set, John? Man, she sent me a list. Cards. Luciano, rookie. Flip stock, throwback. We'll take anything. Dansby. Kershaw, short print. Corey Seager, All-star shortstop, white borders short print for the Rangers. For Joe. John, seriously, when you get like that, send me an email, man. Tell me what you need. I got cards here. I open boxes. I give stuff away out of box. I do all kinds. I give packs away, so I have extra packs. I open. I do all kinds of stuff. I mean, if you're that close, I probably have many of them. Devin Sweet, rookie white border for the Padres. David. There you go, buddy. See, man, that's why they need checklist cards. Telling you. I am a big proponent of bringing back the checklist cards, especially for a product like this. I love those things when I was a kid. I always had used the checklist cards, little pen marks all over them and stuff. Goldie Perez. Because that's what we used to do with each other, Morgan and Acuna. Like, we would give our checklists to our friends and be like, look, I need these. You know, this is what I still need. And they would take them home, find what they had. You'd take theirs home, find what you had, and then, you know, trade accordingly. Alex Diaz, low numbered. Bryce Terang. Yeah, let me know, man. Worst I can say is I don't have it, you know. But I would bet more often than not I do. Devers New Age Performers. The Show and Dice Error card. Matt Manning short print. Y'all bet. That's what, like I said, checklist cards are the best. I just think for an old style kind of set like this, it goes, you know. The old Apache. Apache helicopter. Henry Davis. Benintendi. Guidry's MLB debut. Kopech, short print. For the Cubbies, a Christopher Morel Clubhouse collection, numbered, is that a 6 or is that an 8? 8 of 99. 8 of 99 for Kevin. 8 of 99. Greinke and Castellanos. Ty France. Baba. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Here's the Jake Berger black and white for the Marlins. Black and white image variation. For Nathan. Brad Hand. Raleigh Fingers auto. Yeah. Nice. For the Phillies. Nice Trey Turner. 101 of 575. Having a much better start to the year than last year. Trey Turner is player of the week last week. David. There you go, buddy. Nice one. Space Mountain. Raleigh Fingers. You have the full on mustache. You know why he had that mustache? Because he was hiding like Gurriel low numbered. He's hiding like Crisco or something in that mustache to put it on the ball. Like in Major League, when the guy's like, he says, what's that shit all over your body? He's like, Vagisil, Crisco. He wasn't dumb. He knew what he was doing. Liam Hendricks. I'm always amazed, like anytime, you know how like when they instituted the rule a couple years ago about checking the pitchers, anytime I'm watching a game and they go to commercial and you see the pitchers like go to the ump, I'm always like, man, this is what it's come down to. Like, come over here, let me check you, make sure you're good. Eli Morgan low number. Make sure you don't have any nail files in your pocket or rub a little jalapeno. That's right, the jalapeno. If I'm being watched, I rub a little jalapeno in my nose, get my snot going. Oh, God. Bobby Valentine for the Angels. Let's see, what did they write about Bobby? Bobby was leading the Angels in batting with 302 when he suffered a broken right leg. 5/17/73, and has been slow to recover. He led the Pioneer League with 20 stolen bases at Ogden in 1968. Poor guy broke his leg. Look at that. Old Bobby Valentine. Is that the same Bobby Valentine? Wasn't he a manager for years or something? Why is that? Or am I thinking of someone else? Angels is Todd. I'm telling you, man. If the box stopper's not signed, I would much rather have one of the buyback cards every time. No matter who they are. It's just fun. Mets and Red Sox, right? Yeah, that's the same Bobby Valentine, right? Okay. Grissom Braxton. For the Rangers, Alex Spees, a rookie black border to 50 copies. For Joe. Yeah. I didn't know if it was this. I knew Bobby Valentine was a manager. I didn't know if it was the same guy. There you go. Some guys are meant to play, some guys are meant to manage. He was successful too, if I remember. Well, tinnitus in my ear. I thought I was getting feedback. Oh. Uribe, Whitey Herzog, Nathaniel Lowe. All right, lose the headphones for a few minutes. If anything happens with the sound, let me know. You ever get that where you just like out of nowhere get a little tinnitus, like ringing in your ear for no apparent reason? Sometimes when I wear the headphones a long time, I get it. Christian Walker, white border. That is something I would not like to have. Anybody out there who like lives with tinnitus, I don't know how you do it. Like it would drive me insane to have that like ringing in your ears all the time. Whenever I get it, it like, you guys, you know what I mean? Like it freaks me out, even though it only lasts for like 30 seconds or whatever. I'm like, oh, like I can't imagine living your whole life with that. Oh, that's why I always follow the rules whenever because I wear headphones a lot. Like I wear one headphone a lot at work and stuff. Listen to documentaries and stuff while I'm working at the cafe, and I get that little, the message you get on your phone. You should turn your headphones down. They've been too loud. All right, if you say so, Mister Mister iPhone. Lourdes Gurriel short print. Yeah, and like I'll get it like every once in a blue moon, but the one time I get is like when I wear headphones because I have I have an equalizer and everything here, and sometimes I do sound effects through them and stuff. That's the only way I can hear them. And Jason Dominguez rookie. So, but if I wear them consistently, like for hours, I get it. Jonathan India Clubhouse collection for the Reds. But it's like freaky because I know people like live with that all the time. I couldn't even imagine. Your wife talks about you. Well, I don't get it because of that, but I know that happens too. But that's funny, dude. It is weird though, like when that, because they talk about like people live with that all the time, like 24 hours a day. Oh, you'd have to put me in a rubber room. If I had that ringing in my ears like that all the time. There are things that freak me out like that. Like, I don't know why there are certain things, and that is one of those things that just like, take me out, man. I don't think I could deal with that. I guess you get used to it, but I wouldn't want to, that's for sure. Yeah, it's weird how it just kind of comes on out of nowhere. Seth Lugo for the Royals, white border. The worst thing ever in the world that terrifies me more than anything. Everybody has phobias out there, right? I have a real phobia to snakes. I've talked about this before. They honestly, you can put me in a room with a rattlesnake, I'd die way before of a heart attack before the thing ever got near me. I don't know why. I don't know if something happened to me when I was a kid where I was like traumatized by a snake or something, but I don't mind spiders, bugs, any of that type of stuff doesn't bother me at all. But there's something about snakes that really just terrify me, The other is, and I can't even imagine this. I don't know how many of you ever watched House back in the day, but it's so stupid that I'm bringing this up. There's an episode of House that, oh God, what's his name? Jordan, the actor, from Creed and Black Panther and all those. Michael Jordan, is that his name? Michael, and he plays a blind guy who has to have this surgery and take this medication because he's dying, and there's like a 50-50 chance he can lose his hearing too. So he'd be both deaf and blind. That is like, You might as well just put a gun in my mouth. Like, I can't even imagine like having that. Like, there's a possibility you will not be able to see or hear. Oh, that is freaks me out to no end. I'm sure it does most people, but I don't know why. That's like the one that I go, I think I could deal with one or the other, but not both. Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, that's it. Michael B. Jordan. He's a good actor, that kid. I saw that, it was on the other night, Fruitville Station. That was kind of the movie that really, I mean, he'd been in a lot of stuff, but that was the movie that really kind of made him. It was an independent film. If you've never seen it, it's a true story. Uh, Excellent, excellent movie. I hadn't seen it the movie's probably 10 years old or so, but I hadn't seen it since like it first came out. Sad too. I mean, it's like I said, it's a true story about a guy who gets killed by the cops and stuff. But and it was really good. Michael B. Jordan. Now he's got those commercials that like makes everyone jealous. When he's on like an island somewhere. You see the credit card commercials, and it's supposed to be like his mother talking. I'm so proud of you and everything you've done while he's hanging out on like his $10 million island. Yeah, your mom's proud of you. The rest of us just hate you. Yeah, Keller, exactly. Like, okay, I guess if you were born that way, not that it makes it any easier, don't get me wrong, but like to be like, you think of somebody who ages, and they lose their hearing, they lose their sight, like, oh, forget about it. Patino low number, like just like in that episode, and again, I don't know if any of you've ever seen it, he has a choice. Like there's a possibility he's gonna die. Or he can take this medication that make him lose his hearing. I'd be like, nah, dude, we'll just roll the dice and see what happens. Because if I'm deaf and blind, I'm gonna want to be dead anyway. I guess like anything, people deal with it, But I can't even imagine. That is like up there with being buried alive, man. That's another one of mine. I was watching Mr. Beast videos today. uh, Well, I was sorting cards earlier, and I don't even know how I got on one, but his videos are fascinating. They really are. Not just with the money, giving the money away and everything, but like some of his videos he does are really like, really is like a sociological look at people, and how they'll act in situations and stuff like that. Um, Corey Jolks, low numbered. And I don't watch them that often, but like every once in a while they pop up, and then I get sucked in like into like a hole of. Next thing I know, I've been 2 hours of watching his stupid videos. They had this one where it's like the people are between 1 and 100, and you have to the last person standing is going to be get $250,000 or whatever, and they all like eliminate each other, and they're oh my god, people are cutthroat. It's crazy. That's the Corbin Carroll image variation right there for the D backs. Nice. Nice. And another weird picture of Corbin Carroll. Top says a thing about taking strange photos of Corbin Carroll. I don't know what it is. But nice image variation. Who's got him? Kurt. There you go, buddy. Yeah, it's funny when you kind of get like you turn on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, and you see one video, and next thing you know, it's like 3 hours later, you've been watching stupid videos on there. Oh, Mason Wynn, rookie. Dansby. Adolis Garcia. All right. All right. Two down, two to go. Good luck, everyone. Yeah, but the reason I brought up the Mr. Beast videos is they did one where he was buried alive, and it's just like I wouldn't last 10 minutes. I'd be like, dude, get me out of here right now. Like, Corey Seager, box topper for the Rangers. Like I realize they're winning money and they only have to do it for 24 hours or whatever, but that's not for me. Maybe in my younger years, but yeah, it's hard not to go down that rabbit hole every once in a while. Did you ever see? I tell you what, it was a movie. Uh, Deadpool. What's his name? Ryan, whatever. I can't remember anyone's name. Uh, the guy who owns the soccer team and all. He like owns half the world at this point. Ryan, whatever his name is. Um, he actually has a movie from like 2008 or 2009 called Buried. And I had never heard of it. This was years ago, but one night it was on late. And if you've never seen it, it is a really good movie. And it's weird because it's not a comedy, obviously, and most of the stuff you see him in is a comedy. Ryan Reynolds, thank you. Um, he's funny, good looking guy. He's got, when he was in line, God was giving him with two hands. The rest of us were lucky to get one. Um, but this is like one of those rare, like serious movies that he did. I think it was an independent film. And the whole story, if you haven't seen it, is he's working in Iraq during during the Iraq war or during the rebuild or whatever. I mean, I'm not the best person to talk about that, so I don't know a lot about it, but and he's just a truck driver. And he gets taken hostage by insurgents and they bury him alive. And the whole movie takes place of him buried in a coffin underground. And he has a cell phone and the whole thing is like he's supposed to get I think ransom or something, and he's talking to people on the phone like at military command, and they're like, "It's okay, we're coming for you, this and that. We know where you are." And he's buried the whole time, and I tell you what, after watching that movie, I was like, I don't ever want to be buried. It freaked me out. But if you've ever got a couple hours and want to watch a good movie, that movie's really good if you've never seen it. Mickey Moniak, Low Numbered. Yeah, and again, it's Ryan Reynolds, so you don't really, everything well, not everything, but a lot of what he does is comedy, so you don't really think of him in a role like that. He's really good in that movie. He scared the hell out of me. I know that. It's amazing when you have children how you start getting scared of stuff that I was never afraid of when I was younger. JT Real Muto for Whiteboard. Like I realized as I got older after I had my son, like all of a sudden I was like, wow, I'm really afraid of some of this stuff. When I was like 20, I didn't care. But you always as any parent here, which many of you are, know you're just once you have kids, you're just living to get them to a certain age point in their life. Phillies is David. So, needless to say, when I hit my like 35, I was the biggest wimp you ever met. At 25, you'd have called me a tough guy. Not at 35 or after that. Justin Steele, New Age. Excuse me. So tomorrow night we're going to be here too. We got some more platinum and more Triple E tomorrow night. And next week we're going to do some Bowman stuff. Sonny Gray, Low Numbered, in preparation of Bowman releasing the following week. Bowman releases not this coming Wednesday, the following Wednesday. So we got some Bowman Platinum, some Bowman Hobbies coming in, stuff like that for next weekend. So just something different, so we're not opening the same stuff all the time. And some 23 Triple E and stuff like that. So, but we will be here tomorrow if you guys want to check us out. Jordan Lawler, rookie. Christian, did you like it? You said you saw it, right? It's good, right? That movie. I'm not telling tales out of class. It's a good one. I think it also caught me off guard when I watched it. I was like, whoa, what is this? Like, it's Ryan Reynolds. It's supposed to be funny, isn't it? Dude's buried. I'm like, oh. And Jason Dominguez, Ricky. Joey Weimer. It's funny too because my son watched it not too long ago, maybe a year or so ago, and he brought it up to me. He's like, "Did you ever see this movie Buried?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw it." He's like, "It's really good." I was like, "Yeah, I don't ever want to see it again though. Once was enough for me." So did everybody watch the draft or pay attention to your teams? Was everyone happy? I don't understand why the Giants didn't try and get a quarterback. I'm not a Giants fan. I'm just shocked that they still plan on using Danny Dimes. Mauricio Dubon, low number. Draft is amazing how they pull that off, how they make such a spectacle out of it. No other sport. I mean, I know the other ones do it and they try, but nobody else can do it like the NFL can. It's amazing. Like, I say it to my wife then, like, I didn't break on Thursday because the draft was on. I was like, I'm going to watch the draft. Like, really? You're going to watch a bunch of kids get picked? Well, no, I like the pick they made. I was just surprised they didn't go for a quarterback. I was very happy with the Eagles draft all the way through, to be honest. I dropped a lot of, with all those quarterbacks going in the beginning, dropped a lot of defensive guys down, which the Eagles needed. And then they got to draft Jeremiah Trotter's kid, which was cool. People love that around here. People love Jeremiah Trotter here in Philly. There is the image variation Garrett Cole for the Yankees. Right? Is that the image? Hey, oh no, color swap. I'm sorry, color swap for Joe on the Garrett Cole color swap. Yeah, yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, what were they saying? Like their quarterback is hit like once every seven dropbacks or something like that. But I don't. My wife, who is a massive football player, is like, yes, it's great that they get these weapons, but they need someone to throw them to. I don't understand why. I understand what you're saying. I don't understand why they gave Danny Dimes that contract. I don't. I can't believe that people really thought he was that good. Like, I don't know. Maybe I never watched him enough, but he never looked very good to me. From 90 to Matt. No, I don't think so. I don't think I ever saw that, Christian. Yasmani Grandal. Yeah, I heard them say that there was like one in every seven dropbacks the quarterback got hit for the Giants like last year. Like, wow. That's brutal. And then the kid from I don't know, Goldschmidt for the Cardinals. He's got the Cardinals. Kevin Todd Milton is the quarterback from Tennessee. He got taken in the sixth round. I've seen him play. He supposedly is the strongest arm. He does have a crazy strong arm, and I watched him last year because of my son being at school there and going to the games and stuff. But he was really good at beating up on bad teams, but when good teams came to town, he wasn't so good. So I don't know if he'll be any good. Now everyone will start spending crazy money on these quarterbacks how many of them will actually work out, especially having 6 in the top 12. Oh my God. You know how much stuff is going to cost next year for football? It's going to be insane. Braxton Garrett, 181 of 575. For Nathan. Yeah, I know. It's look, good on him, you know. Anybody who gets away with a contract like that and maybe doesn't necessarily deserve it, good on them. Scott Kingery for the Phillies is, he's making like $60 million as a AAA player. And you want to just choke him, but hey, good on him. He got his money. He fooled him into believing he was better than he was. Dansby. Jonah Heim, low numbered. Todd Helton was the backup for Peyton Manning. Well, it was funny too. My wife and I were talking about it yesterday. I think, yesterday. About so a few years back. I don't know if any of you ever saw this. This was one of the most interesting things. There's a nice Evan Carter rookie, white border for Texas. Somebody had done this graph of which round in football was the most successful draft wise. So, how many players have made teams, had successful careers, Hall of Famers, this, that, whatever, and which rounds were the most successful? And it was eye opening because the most successful round and this goes all the way back, like to the beginning of the draft. I guess maybe to the common era draft. I'm thinking. It was a few years ago when I saw it. And the 7th round was far and away the most successful round out of all the rounds. Not like the first round wasn't even close. I mean, it was miles apart with how many more successful guys came out of the 7th round in the NFL than have come out of the first round. And then the second most successful was free agency, like no round at all, signed as a free agent. And, which, and it's funny because my wife and I were talking about like all these quarterbacks they take in the first round and this and that and how many actually work out. I mean, if you go back in time and you look at Luke Weaver, low number, like if you go back and look at the, the Donovan McNabb draft, what was that, 98, I think? And you had Culpepper, you had McNabb, you had Tim Couch or some. There was a bunch of people. And I mean, okay, Culpepper had a couple years in there, but the only one who really had success was McNabb, and it's always worked out that way. And then look more closely recently, what was it, 21 draft with T-Law, and T-Law's the only one who's even still on the same team and having some success. I mean, I know last year was rough for him, but you have Mac Jones and all those guys who are, they're not even on their original team anymore. And the amount of money that's invested in those guys, it's like heartbreaking. Once he got paid. Yeah. Well, and it's funny, but I'm talking about also from a card aspect too, because it's the business I'm in. You see people so willing. Like, I think of Mac Jones. There's a Schwarber for the Phils, white border. We pulled a Mac Jones patch auto out of Prism, I think it was. That card sold for like $15,000. And honestly, I don't even know what it'd be worth now. I mean, I'm sure it's worth something, but not much, and people were spending money like that on him, on Trey Lance, on and I realize that everybody's looking for the next, Brady, and the next $1 million card, but I'm amazed at the money that gets turned around on quarterbacks when you're more likely than not, it's not going to work out, I mean, in recent years, as far as the quarterback classes go, 20 has to be considered the most successful recently. I mean, you have two of them have gone to Super Bowls. The other ones have had success and are starters, and then what's his name in Green Bay just started playing because he had success this year. Once he kind of got his feet wet and got going, he was doing well in the playoffs and stuff. But that is so rare for that to happen. You've had Burrows and Jalen have been in Super Bowls. Tua and whoever the other one was have all had success, but that is so rare that happens. It's crazy if that card's only worth $100 now. Thank God that person sold it. Football is one of those things. I don't collect a lot of football, but I barely hold on to anything in football if it's valuable. Like baseball can go up and down. You look at Trout, right? Trout stuff is always high. Don't get me wrong, but the past few years his back was hurt, this and that. Things were coming down a little bit. Now you see he's killing it again. His stuff will go back up. Football doesn't tend to be that way. Like unless you all of a sudden start knocking off a couple Super Bowls, like you start going down, that usually comes back up, not in a dramatic way. Yeah, I have some Zach Wilson cards that and I mean, I guess you could have a what's his name situation where he comes back later in his career and has success, but that's the short print Freeman. I don't know. It's crazy. Like I realize everyone has different opinions. It's besides the fact that I just like baseball better and I collect baseball cards and this and that. I just feel like in the long run, baseball's a little more steady value wise than football is. Like football gets crazy. And don't get me wrong, they can go up. It's a crazy numbers, but man, it can crash too really quick. That is the Joey Votto at the image variation. Color swap. The color swap Joey Votto for the Reds. For Tyler. I love football like I love baseball. I mean, I like baseball better, but I love football, but I don't collect a lot because it's a frustrating sport to collect, to be honest with you. Brent Rooker for the A's, 765 of 999. For Kevin. I can't even imagine how much money it'd take Mac Jones, Wilson, Lance, Trey Lance, like how much money was spent on those cards that are just completely worthless at this point. Or, I mean, yeah, it might be worth $100, but compared to the 15 grand, like, I get people all the time to ask me, like, should I sell this card? And if it's football, I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely. I do too. I love baseball. I think long term, it's the better value. And I'm not in baseball, you know, my collecting is not about making money. I just collect. My son can sell it one day if he wants to or whatever. But I think it holds more value over time. Yep, as you may not get as many of the $100,000 cards like you do in say basketball or football, like on a daily basis, but in the long term, I think there's more value to the cards. Larnach, Abner. Yeah, yeah. And again, that's one of those things like well, I'm not a basketball guy. I used to be, but I don't really watch pro basketball. I watch the Sixers a little bit when they're on just because they're the hometown team and, got to root for the hometown team, but yeah, if I came across a nice Wembanyama, man, that thing would be sold before it could even touch my fingers. And who knows? Maybe you're wrong. Maybe Wembanyama becomes, the next Jordan or LeBron, and his cards are worth millions. And you know what? Okay, then you take that on the chin. But the odds of that happening, you're better off taking 40 grand now than taking a chance on whether you're going to get it later. Jake Cave low numbered. I don't know. That's the way I feel anyway. I'm sure there's plenty of people who disagree with me, but he's a good quarterback baseball. Yeah, that's true. In the parking lot. Look at this weapon Yama. Who wants it? Yeah, me too, probably. No, Christian, you're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right. And the one thing that, well, look, I know a lot of people like prospecting. That's my favorite part of baseball. I love Bowman. I could live on just Bowman products alone personally. And there is nothing, and it's not about how much the card is worth, but there is nothing more satisfying to me than a card I got 4 or 5 years ago that, I put in the back of a box, or I got it graded and it's in a box, and now the guy's playing and doing well and his card's valuable. Like, I don't know, for some reason, not that I had anything to do with it. I just feel like some sense of accomplishment sometimes. Like, wow, I sat on this card for 5 years and look how good the guy's doing now. Like, who's the guy pitching for the Reds? Nick Lodolo. Like, I have a ton of Nick Lodolo stuff, not because I was collecting, it was just because I got stuck with the Reds at the time. But rather than selling it off cheap, I just kept it. And now it's like the guy's amazing. And it's like, wow, oh, cool. I have all these Nick Lodolo autos. Clubhouse collection, Bo Bichette. I just got two integrated, one 10 and one a 9. I tried this new company. No, I've never heard of it. Grading's tough like that because there's so many companies like come and go. I mean, I haven't heard of them, so I have no opinion on it either way. I'm sure they're fine, but like if I showed you the amount of cards I have that are graded from places that are debunked now or defunct, like it's not so much whether or not they're legitimately grading, it's my worry of whether or not they're going to be around, because as soon as a grader's not around, they're considered, oh, they're no good anyway, whether they were or not, you know. Um, Corey Julks, like, and I have some nice cards that were graded by places that's like, XBL grading or whatever. You're like, ugh, now I got to send in the PSA and get it redone or whatever. Although I'm not a PSA guy, so, and I know some people tell me I'm crazy because they bring better value. I mean, sometimes if I have something that's really big and I'm just going to sell it, I'll get it done by them. But uh, I, you know, I just prefer SGC to be honest with you. JP Martinez for the Rangers rookie for Joe. Yeah, I tend to do that now. Like, well, I do that a lot with the giveaway stuff that I do. Whenever like Topps Chrome or Bowman or whatever comes out, I take a lot of refractors and stuff and get them graded, and then I do them. Like for a lot of our website breaks, I do giveaways, and that's what I give away. And doing it with someone like SGC, they're fast. They can do a quick turnaround. I can send 50 of them in at a time pretty, at a reasonable price and get them back pretty quick. In fact, I have an order I have to send in. Adolis Garcia. Yeah, no, I look, Christian, I agree with you. I'm not a PSA guy either, but look, you also can't argue with the fact that you will get more free sale for PSA. I don't think they're necessarily better either, but it's just the way people think. And unfortunately, if you're trying to maximize your dollars, especially out of like a really big card, you're always going to get more for a PSA. But I do agree with you. I'm not a fan of them either, but And again, it depends on why you're doing it. Some people do this just to try and make money and flip cards, and I realize I've said this a million times. Everybody needs to flip cards. It's an expensive hobby. But if you get say 20% more for a card because it's PSA, but it takes months more to come back, or you have to wait a few more months for it, and this and that. Maybe I don't know that the time makes it worth it. Um, Harrison Bader. So there's pros and cons to either side. SGC is who I use. I like the tuxedo and all that. I've used Beckett in the past. I've used PSA too. I have a lot of PSA graded cards. But for the stuff I do giveaways for and anything I usually do for myself anymore, I do SGC. They're much faster. They're very fast. In fact, I mean, now the last few orders that I've done have been turned around in less than 2 weeks usually. The grades have always been fair. I mean, you have good gradings and bad gradings like anyone does. But I feel like they've always been graded very well. Um, and I think they're very reasonable. So, but then you get some people who are just like, no, I just want PSA, and I understand that too. I mean, it's personal taste. All right, folks, I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. As always, I couldn't do this without y'all, and I do truly appreciate it. As I said, we will be back tomorrow night with some more Topps from Platinum and Triple E if you'd like to join us. Otherwise, please stay safe, stay healthy out there. Bear with me for a sec. We'll put a quick hit recap together. And we'll get out of here. No autographs tonight. All drives me nuts. All relics. But we did have some decent parallels. So. Yeah, SGC, you'll like them a lot. They're a big company. PSA actually, the company who owns PSA actually just bought them, but they're not tied to each other. But I check them out. I like them. So, all right, let's do a hit recap for 2024 Topps Heritage Third Hobby Case Break number 8. These are all our short prints. We'll go through there and pull out any good guys and rookies and make sure they're taken care of. We did have one of the Show and Dice error cards, Dominguez, Alien Dominguez. If we run across any more, we'll pull those out too. White bordered short prints, Devin Sweet, rookie for the Padres, Seager, Walker, Lugo, Realmuto, Evan Carter, rookie for the Rangers, Schwarber, and JP Martinez, rookie for the Rangers. We had the Bobby Valentine buyback, 75 buyback. Variations, Jake Berger, black and white. Corbin Carroll image variation. And then we had the Garrett Cole and Joey Votto color swap. Very cool. So some decent variation. I think it's the most we've gotten out of a 4-box break this year. Numbered parallels, Trey Turner to 575, Braxton Garrett to 575, and Brent Rooker to 999. With the Alex Spees rookie black border to 50 copies. And then relics of Jonathan India, Paul Goldschmidt, Bo Bichette, and the Christopher Morale numbered, I think it's 8. It's either 8 or 6 and 99. It's a little hard to read, but I think it's 8 of 99. All right, folks. Yeah, we did pull a couple autos last night and a couple autos from the other one, so I guess we maxed this case out. Anyway, all right, folks, again, thanks so much for joining me. I do appreciate it. Everyone have a safe, healthy night out there. I hope to see everyone tomorrow. Take care and bye.